answer honestly. When I initially said we would have a hackathon, what are the first words or thoughts that popped into your mind?
Anxiety. How, when, time.
Hawaii. I was hoping that we would get to go on a trip somewhere together, but no, then the next thing was probably like energy drink, Red Bull, all day.
So at first, I was just excited. Like, this is some kind of activity, like I've never been a part of it before. So I was just excited. Like I will get a chance to, work with the team on a very short project. And we will be, there will be people judging us whether we are doing good or not. So it was just kind of excited for me.
I hope we come up with something that can be, that we can do in the time period so that we can finish it.
All right, so one more thing today. I want to do a hackathon. So this will be everybody with potentially the exception of Jeanette, because I know she has a lot of stuff, but Jeanette will get to participate. She'll be on, if she can attend, she will be on the panel that will judge these at the end. But we're gonna have 4 teams. There's gonna be 2 different but related projects. So 2 teams are gonna be on project A and 2 teams are gonna be on project B. The actual project details are gonna be kept secret. So today on this call, I'm gonna randomly choose the 4 team captains. These team captains are gonna draft their team. And then the teammate selection is gonna happen, but it's gonna be kept private and it's gonna be kind of in the dark. There's gonna be a panel of judges. So hopefully we'll have Jay and potentially Dave, Justin, Chrissy, Jessica, Jeanette, and maybe some others. So this panel of judges is gonna listen to the presentations, and then they're gonna have a survey to score the solutions and the presentations. Each team is gonna have 8 minutes to present, and then 2 minutes for questions from the panel. And then we're gonna have some prizes and an award presentation. This is the criteria that the panel would be using to judge these projects. So they're gonna rank you on the presentations. They're just gonna kind of stack rank out of the 4 teams, like what was the most impressive presentation. They're gonna judge on the UI, the UX of the solutions that were presented. They're gonna rank on the viability. So is it kind of ready to go today without much additional work? They're gonna rank on the execution. And they're also gonna rank on the innovation, creativity, wow factor of the solution. We're gonna choose 4 captains, and then we're gonna shuffle them, and that's gonna be our draft order, the order they pick in, and the 4 captains. So here we go. All right. Our 4 captains are Nate, Umar, Virginia, and Abed. So Nate will pick first, Umar second, Virginia third, Abed fourth. And then one more thing, we'll see the projects. So Umar and Nate's teams are going to be on project A, and Virginia and Abed's teams are going to be on project B. What do you think are some of the strengths of your team?
Back end, it's me, Jason, Umar.
The strength of my team, I would say Virginia. We have Virginia, so we have a star player. So
So we have a mixture of all the perks that we need. So I think I would not be wrong if I say we have a little bit of edge, but let's see how it goes. So.
Okay, so I'm going to give a quick demo of how we can get this foot pedal working so that if we press it, it does something in our web application. Okay, and so we got some output. Now let me go put this browser in focus. And I'm going to step on the pedal, and we got it. So you press the foot pedal. You can step again. Show you that here, so pressing the foot pedal like that. What do you think the hackathon projects will be about? Do you have any wild guesses?
I have not a single idea, I think, which is why it's making me nervous, because I don't know what it's going to be at all. Like if I knew like maybe a little bit, then I'd be like, okay. But I'm like looking at this little pedal and I'm like, what are we doing? What is this for?
I mean, I've been trying not to entertain those thoughts too much, so that I didn't, like go completely down the wrong rabbit hole too early and be caught off guard. No expectations are maybe better, but I mean, our project is utilizing the foot pedal things, so yeah, I mean, I'm not actually too sure what there could be with that, but it's definitely interesting to have the physical and the digital convergence there. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
Notes. That was the first thing that came to my head. Like session notes, like the same thing we've done in the past. That was the first thing that came to my head. I kept on thinking maybe it's something like that.
I heard about the foot pedal, even though that we're not a team that uses a foot pedal. And the only thing I know about using a foot pedal is I know that oftentimes they're used in transcriptions, like if you're pausing things along the way. So I feel like, so that, or then also like, obviously, if you're a musician and you're using it for an instrument, right? So that makes me think, since transcriptions happen pretty easily now with like Word and stuff like that, it makes me think that somehow the foot pedal is going to be tied to like note writing, and maybe it'll be a way to like extend what the therapist is doing or something. I don't know. Something like that.
So why did I want to do a hackathon? Well, first we have a 100% remote distributed team. We're across 8 different time zones. And so while we've been doing a good job and coming together, I wanted to see if there was a way that we could fast forward some of that team building. Secondly, I really want to have a culture of innovation at the company. We've been doing some things. We have a Crazy Ideas conference, which we do twice per year. We have monthly brainstorming meetings, but it didn't feel like there was a time where we could really take those words and those ideas and really put them into action and build something and create something. So I wanted to carve out some time where we could be intentional about that. The theme of this year's hackathon is, can we improve speech recognition for those with speech and language disorders or for other marginalized populations? In other words, can we make speech recognition engines better at recognizing speech for those who don't have perfect pronunciation? And there are multiple applications for this type of work. The obvious being for the popular speech recognition engine Siri or Alexa. We could make those better at recognizing the speech of those who have speech and language disorders, or for those whose first language is not English.
Hey Siri, please music. Hey Siri, play music. Hey Siri, play music. Hey Siri, play some music. Hey Siri, play some music. Hey Siri, please Hey Siri, please play music. Hey Siri, play music. Hey Siri, play music.
Secondly, for therapists who are doing articulation evaluations, is there a way that we could have computer-assisted ways to help them identify these errors and what type of phonological errors are happening? And thirdly, for parents of small children, this technology could be powerful in helping parents to better understand kids who are just on the cusp of learning to communicate and have lots of feelings and ideas that they want to communicate but can't, and often get very frustrated from that. Think of the terrible twos type age. So we have a 2-year-old now who has a lot of things that he wants to express sometimes, but he doesn't yet have the words to. How do you feel when he's trying to tell you something but you can't understand?
I really wish I could understand him, especially when he's frustrated, because I know if I could understand what he's saying at that time and could give him proper answer, then he would be satisfied. So.
In thinking about how we can improve speech recognition engines, we need to think about how they work. Our goal with this hackathon is not to create a speech recognition engine, but to create a high-quality data set with granular, human-curated tagging and scoring, which includes data of speech files for words and phrases that might include imperfections. The current state of the art in the industry is machine learning engines that have been trained on large data sets of real human voices, but unfortunately, these data sets fall short in a few ways. One, they don't include samples from the populations that speech-language pathologists typically serve. Two, they're often either poorly tagged or there's not much metadata accompanying that sound file. We can go much deeper. We have speech-language pathologists whose ears are trained to hear these errors at the phoneme level and can mark and score these files at a level that other humans can't. To give you a real-world example, the current best-in-class open-source speech dataset is Common Voice by Mozilla. But these are just speech files that can be added by anyone on the internet and can be validated by anyone on the internet with a simple yes or no. Yes or no, what does that even mean? There's a lot more depth to whether something is correct or incorrect or what sort of error it was. And we can add that deep data to these files. So that's what this hackathon is about. Project A teams, you are going to be working on capturing a sound recording. So this would be a way to easily allow a therapist to capture a voice recording of a patient. It should work anywhere on Ambiki, including the teletherapy room. A therapist might want to use this during an in-person session if they have their computer open or device on them, or during a teletherapy session. The goal would be to incorporate the foot pedal that you received in the mail. This would allow a hands-free way for a therapist to start or stop a recording. And ideally the data you want to be capturing would include the sound file itself, the patient that this is associated to, and the word or phrase being attempted. Project B teams, you are going to be working on scoring a sound recording. So this would be a way to allow a therapist to score a sound recording. So basically, the output of Project A, where Project A teams are capturing this recording, Project B teams are going to be working on scoring that same sound recording. So this should allow the therapist to do an error analysis down to the phoneme level. Some ideas you might want to consider: should you have the person who is scoring this listen to the audio track first before showing them the attempted word or phrase? Is there any way that this could be gamified? Should it be accompanied with a sound file demonstrating the correct or standard pronunciation so that the therapist has that as a reference? So there it is. Good luck, teams. You're on the clock. Let's get started.